I do like to start on time. Come on, baby. It's getting there. I do. There we go. All right. And Zoom X. Oh, we lost her.
Hopefully she'll be back.
I hope so too. All right. Well, regardless. All right. So good evening. It's Lorelea Roberts from Offerings of Wonder by Laura Lee. There she is. She's coming back. Boom and boom. Hello. All right. So I'm pretty excited tonight. We are doing something we've done something similar, but let me get on here. I'm gonna take control of your screen for a moment. So I did three samples. So two I did with just natural so that you could just see the natural. And then I did this one with some colored reed. The the spokes were variegated, and then the inside was like a green, a light green. I don't know. To try to match it up. But tonight I'm going to do it with multiple colors. So let me remove the spotlight for a moment and say, if you're weaving with me, you need 12, 12 number. Well, this is what I'm using for tonight. So this is one of the things I like to do when I teach is I teach you the concept, and then you can move it around or change it around, however works for you. But I'm using number 3 for my spokes and number 2 for my weavers. So if you're doing this, you can do it with, as long as your weavers are a higher number, or sorry, as long as your spokes are a higher number than your weavers, you can adjust and use different sizes. So that's one thing. Second thing, Pat Mercer sent me a text. She wasn't able to be here tonight, but she sent me a text. She did these as ornaments, and some of them she did with different colors. Some of them they did plain. Some of them she added like a little wood, like a wood Christmas type of thing in the center. I was thinking for the different holidays, if you keep a tree decorated year round, you could do them in different colors for the different holidays, or put a different embellishment on them as well. So I think they're very versatile. They make good coasters. They also make good, like if you have a plant you need to set on something, or trivet, you can make them a little bit bigger and make trivets out of them. So lots of things to get your brains cooking on how to do it. So you need 12 pieces of number 3, about 16 inches. And I'm going to just take these and throw them in the water for a moment. And then you need 2 pieces of number 2, about a 5-foot piece and about a 3-foot piece. I also give ish, right? It's about that. So you might have to add on, you might have to cut off, but we're going to start with the longer piece. So we're going to start with the 5-foot piece. So I'm going to stick those in the water too, and pull out my spokes. There. Those in the water. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to, hey, Denise, welcome. Hello, darling. All
Hello,
right.
how are you?
I am good. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to do the spotlight on the table so you guys can see. So if you've been with me before, you know I keep lots of scraps, and these are, again, another good thing to do if you have some scraps. So I thought I would do a colorful one tonight. So just to remind you, we're going to be working on these. If you can see this, the colored one is a little bit larger, and the only thing I did different was I left a little more space between where I started the weaving. So this one was probably about 1/2 inch. This one's probably about 3/4 of an inch away from the spokes. But I just wanted to do them a little bit different so that you could see. And let me put this one right on top, so you can see Hopefully you can see that. The greenish one is just a little bit larger. So you can adjust the size of these as you're going. And just to give a reference for size, let's see. This one's about 4¼ across, and this one's about 5 across. So just to give you an idea of size for these. All right, you guys up there. I am drinking ale 8, not beer, just to share that. If you saw, you could see the green bottle there. Yeah, there we go. Ale 8, which is a soda here in Kentucky. It's made here in Kentucky. All right. So I'm gonna separate out my colors. So I have 3 natural, I have 3 red, I have 3 that are variegated blue. For those who've been in the Hoop Basket Club, these blue came from our Arctic Snowflake basket. Some pieces I had left over, and 3 of this really dark color that I'm not sure if it's black or looks kind of black. I think it's black. I think it's black. All right. So you're going to separate out your pieces into groups of 3. So that's how we're going to start. And then let me stick these 2 to the side. I'll start with the natural. So we're going to lay out 3 natural. Just gonna lay them out there, and I'm going to lay out. All right, I'm going to take the first set of 3, and I'm just going to kind of bend it and find where the center would be. Now, when we're making these, our center is right, we're not going right to the center. So like if the center of the spokes here, I'm going to put 1 above and 1 below. That makes sense. So I'm going to take my next set of 3. And if you like to mark with pencil, you can mark with pencil. I'm just not a big pencil person, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold them in half and find my middle. And then I'm going to put my middle just to the right of these and just above the center of the natural. So my center is here and here on both of these, just a little bit offset. All right, I'm going to grab 3 more. And I also thought doing it in different colors, you guys might be able to see a little bit easier. So again, fold it in half, find the approximate center, and then I'm going to lay it on top. So it's over and then under here, and I will get these on, and then I will show up close so you guys can weaving along with me. Again, I'm going to find the center. There, and I'm going to put it here. And pull the naturals on top. Okay, so what we're going to have is over, under, all the way around, and I'm going to bring this down just a little bit so you guys can see better. There we go. So you're going to end up with a squarish center that's about, you want it about as wide as your 3 pieces of reed together. And then just take a look and make sure that everybody's kind of evenish. I had you do 16 inches because it will give you plenty to, you'll have plenty when we do the rim, and you don't have to worry about cutting things off. So that's our first step. We're going to lay out 3 pieces, 1 vertical, 1 horizontal over the vertical, another vertical that's going to go over the horizontal, and then the last one horizontal. So you end up with all 4 of them, and they're all interlocking. All right. Let's see. I see somebody else joined. Welcome. And just going to look and see if anybody is over here. Boom. All right. So if you're watching over on YouTube, you can also just drop anything in the chat and say hello so I know where folks are from. All right, so that's our first step. Are we good? Yeah, all right. So next we're going to start with our long piece of number 2. And I'm just going to stick the end under my natural here. And let me bring these back up. It's not right up against it. You want to leave a space, and you can decide how big a space, but I'd say between a 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch to just make it consistent. So I have it under, starting it under, and I'm just leaving a little bit of a tail there. And we're gonna go around, and we're just gonna do over, under, all the way around, and we're going to make a circle, but it probably won't look like a circle when you first start. So I'm just gonna come over, under, hold everything in place till we get this first. Take it out of the way. Yeah. So go under that, over that. We're gonna come back to the beginning here. And come back under there. Oops, sorry about that. All right, so now once you've got everybody, over, under, so you've got one round, you can kind of adjust it. You want it about the same width away from the weavers. Pull this in a little bit. Go this guy in a little bit, and there. Oops. Get back under there. Okay. Now that looks a little bit more like a circle. All right, so that's our first wrap around. I started under the natural. I just went around the circle, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. And now we're back under. We're going to do this 3 times. So exactly the same. We're just going to follow what we just did right around. We want to get nice and close to, right? I don't want spaces in there. So I want to keep it nice and close. Ba-doom. And ba-doom. All right, let's get that in there. Okay, so now you've got 2 wraps around, and you can kind of adjust your circle again, right? Kind of try to round it out, and then we're going to do it one more time. So we'll have it going around 3 times. Ba-doom. Sure it's nice and tight, and end it right here where we started, under the natural. Okay, so let me hold it up nice and close so you can see. So we're right back to where we started. We started under here, and now we're coming back under. And now we're going to change the pattern. So we're going to do it 3 times around, get our circle so it looks like a circle, at least mostly a circle. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So let me just show you on this one. So we've done this first part where we've gone over, under 3 times. see where I started here. Okay. 3 times, and we are right here. And now we're gonna start going over 2, under 2. And that's gonna make this second part of the coaster ornament plant sitter honor, whatever we want to call it. So we're right here, and I'm gonna go over 2. So I'm gonna pull one of these guys out of the way because I want to go over 2, and I want it to stay nice and close to here. Now to go under 2, I need to pull from this one. So I'm gonna pull, and I'm gonna just kind of start to make them become friends, right? And we're going under 2. This one is over 2. That one's easy. We're going to go under 2 here, and we need to get this guy out of the way. So now we need to have this one get a friend. So we're going to pull that from the black pair. We'll go over 2 there and under 2 here. So it's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. We're going to do that all the way around. So we're under 2 here. We're going to go over 2 here. We need to get this guy out of the way. So over 2 there. And this guy needs a friend. So we're going to pull him from the blue. The under. Pull that up nice and tight. So over the 2 blue. We're going to go under 2 red, and we're going to take one of them and pull it aside. Up. So 2 red, and then the red one needs a friend. So we're going to pull this natural over. So that would be over 2 and then under 2. And now we're back to where we started this process here with the black. So we're going to do this 2 more times. So just follow along with what you did and keep it nice and tight against the weave that you did. Now, if I wasn't doing this on camera, I would turn it so I'm always pulling towards myself. But for purposes of showing you guys, I'm going to just keep it flat on the table. So that is twice around. Whoops. Okay. And now we're going to do it one more time. And each time I'm coming to these ones that were borrowed from the other ones, right? I'm just kind of pushing them together so that they become, we want them to become friends. All right. Oh, you guys, sorry. This is not how I ended up doing them. Sorry, we're going to back up a little bit. Sorry, we're going to back up to our first 3. I did it like this when I started, and then I changed my pattern. Sorry. See, I should have written it down. I didn't. I'm just looking at them. All right, I'm going to start back here. We are going to do the 2s, but we're going to add in our, so we're backing up. We've done our 3 around, over 3 and under 3, all the way around. And now we're, after 3 wraps, we're going to start our 2s, but we're going to grab our other piece and we're going to twine around the 2. So let me come up real close. We are going to start with the where we split this, the black one where I split the 2, and I'm going to take my new piece and I'm just going to stick it behind that. So let me come up really close. So apologies. That's what I get for changing my pattern. Just trying to see if I had the other one that I did. Don't have it right here. All right. So this is our piece that we were using. This is our new piece. We're putting it in between these and we're just sticking it behind the 2. We're going to twine around. And the reason I did twining instead of what I just showed you was because I wanted to be able to grab these 2 and start pulling them together a little bit more. So that's why I went to twining. So we're going to still do the 2. We're just going to twine around. So if you don't know what twining is, and I am going to turn it to twine for me. Twining is you always take the piece that's on the left or that's over the piece you just wove, and it's going to go under your next set of spokes. Do that. There we go. And then we got these two that are going to be friends. So we're going to take the one on the left, go behind them. So I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. I should have left that one and just showed you the other one, but this will help to grab those two that we're borrowing from the others to make the middle. So I'm going to keep turning, taking the one on the left. I'm going to go behind the two. All right. So for those of you who have twined before and know about a step up, I did not do a step up for these. Now, if you want to do a step up, you can, but we're doing 3 rows, and I don't think that it's necessary. How about that? But if you want to do it, you can. All right, so we're grabbing just 2 at a time. I'm going to go all the way around. Behave. Oops, there we go. Twine around. All right, and now we are back to our beginning where we added in. So if you wanted to do a step up, you could, but otherwise we're just going to go around 2 more times. So let me bring it up nice and close. So we're doing twining to capture everything. That light's not very good, is it? So there's a question, and yes, I did soak everything first. So sorry, you probably didn't hear that part. I talked about what our materials we're using: 12 number 3 at 16 inches, and then 2 pieces of number 2, one at about 5 feet, one at about 3 feet, and you do need to soak everything. Everything needs to be wet. Needs to be flexible. So, all right, so I'm going to go around 2 more times, and I'm using 2 spokes together as a single spoke. I'm treating them as a single spoke. It's a good question. Yeah, if you guys have questions as we're doing that, you can either throw them in the chat or come off of mute and ask me, or if you're over on YouTube, definitely just put it in the chat. And if you're watching it on the replay and you have questions or your comments, please just put them in. I do go back and check comments to see if anybody had any questions. So, all right, so we're gonna go around. Twine. Now, if you want to do different colors, like they don't have to all be the same color. So you can see this one's very colorful. I did that for a couple of reasons. It's usually easier to demo. And then, all right, so I'm back at where I started. This is starting my 3rd row. We're gonna go around 1 more row. Bim-ba-dim, bim-ba-dim. And then you're going to be done with the center of your creation. I'll call it a creation. How about that? I said, give a shout out to Pat Mercer. She sent me some pictures. She wasn't able to join tonight, but she's done these and done them as Christmas ornaments. So you can add something to hang from them. You can put an embellishment in the center. Around. All right, 1 more turn. Okay. So that is my 3 rows. And you can kind of, if it's not looking perfectly circular, just, kind of give it a little loving. All right. All right. So that is the end of our weaving, and you can just leave your ends behind, or you can tuck them in. So let me just grab the scissors here. cut these a little bit long so I could show you what I mean. Let me see. Trying to see where my end was so I can show you. It's good if I can't find it, right? There we go. So let me use a tool here. So here is an end. Come up nice and close. So I just cut it and let it lay behind on the back side. If you want, you can tuck them in. So that is up to you, but I'm gonna just, well, let me leave this here. So here is the last twine that I did. So I'm gonna leave the one that's behind. I'm just gonna leave it in back behind this. And I'm gonna take this one and I'm just going to push it behind. And I'm just gonna leave those because once we do the rim, it actually holds everything in place. But if you want to tuck them, you can. And if you want to tuck them, you can just bend them and tuck them into the twining that you just did. Okay, so that is that. Now I want you to take it again, and now you need to put it in water because these spokes need to be very flexible to do this next step. So I'm just going to take it, I'm going to throw it in my bucket, and I'm going to let it sit there for a second. And we're going to talk about, we're going to do our rim. So our rim is really just, it's one row that we're going to do to make this a rim. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our spokes and we're going to go behind one, in front of one, behind one. We're going to do that all in one step. So it's going to be behind, in front, behind. And we're going to go all the way around and do that. And when we put the last one in, it kind of locks everybody in place. So that will give us this, this fun rim. They look very different in color and natural. But I wanted to talk about a couple other things that that you could do with if you're using natural, like if you have natural to use up. The natural ones could be stained. So I have a walnut stain that that I made from a friend who gave me walnuts. So you could use natural stains like that. You could use instant coffee or instant tea to make a stain. And you can either, if you're doing that, you don't need a lot. So like you can make a cup of hot water and then just add instant tea or instant coffee to get it to a color that you like, and just take a scrap and dunk it in till you get the color that you want. That's a fun way. I do that, and then I put it in a spray bottle and I spray it on. There is, of course, weaver stain. You could paint these. You could add an embellishment, I said, in the middle. Think about all the different holidays. You could do different embellishments in the middle. You can use different colors to create different things. You could add ribbon to hang them, or jute, or anything else. So, all right. So those should be good. They should be nice and flexible. Let me get mine back out here. All right. So you want to check them. They should be really flexible, right? Just check and make sure everybody's flexible. Because I'm using different colors, I'm kind of checking them all and make sure everybody felt nice and flexible. Okay. Still with me? Okay. All right. So now we're going to make this beautiful rim. And to do that, it doesn't matter where you start. I'm just going to start with the natural because I think you'll be able to see that one really well. So I'm grabbing a pair of my natural. I'm going to go behind the pair to the right, and I'm going to kind of, bend it down fairly close. This first one, I'm not going to pull real tight because I need to be able to get that last one in to it. So So it's going to go behind, in front, and behind. And then you're going to just leave it back there. So behind, in front, behind. Let me, oops. Let me pull it up so you guys can see up close here. There we go. So behind, in front of this one, and behind this one. And you're just going to kind of hold your end back here for a moment. We're going to take the next one to the right. We're going to go again behind, in front, and behind. And we're going to pull that down. Just don't let go of anything yet. All right. The next one, it's going to go behind, in front, and behind. Keep moving these guys around. Now you can start tightening them up a little bit as we go around. Okay. So that's the first three. Let me get up close here. So it's behind, in front, behind. So here's the last one, behind, in front, behind. And I'm just kind of keeping a hold of everybody back here. And I'm going to pull this guy down a little bit. Behind, in front, and behind the next one. All right. And we're going to keep doing that all the way around. Behind, don't twist. Let me show you. Don't twist them. Keep them so that they're aligned. So behind, in front, and behind. Pull that down. Okay. So behind, in front, behind the last one. And we're going to trim all these ends when we're done. All right. So behind, in front, and behind the next one. And just starting to kind of work them as you're going around. Just kind of pull them around. Behind, in front, behind. Behind. In. Behind, in front. Behind. Now, if you pull on these a lot, you can start to get them kind of cupping up. If you want to keep it flat, just as you're going around, we'll just keep them, make sure that you're keeping it flat. Some of the ornaments I saw, they cupped them on purpose. Okay, so we're down to our last three. I want to make sure you guys can see this. All right, hold there. All right, we're down to our last three. So again, it's going to go behind, in front. This one is our first one that we started with. It's just going to lay behind that one. Okay, the pattern stays the same. We just have to pretend that these guys are still standing up. So let me pick this up. So now we have two left. It's going to go behind. It's got to go in front of the next one. And it's got to go behind the one next to it. So we've got to put it through the hole. So before I tighten that, so we went behind, in front of this one, and behind this one. In order to get behind, we had to go through the hole. That makes sense? Okay. So now we have one more. It needs to go behind the one that's next to it. It's got to go in front of this one and behind this one. So this one we have to weave through. So it's going behind here, but it's got to come in front of this one. So we're going to go behind. We're going to come out the hole from the back to the front. Twist it. Don't twist it. There we go. All right. So it's behind this one. It's in front of this one. Up close. And it needs to go behind the blue one. So in order to do that, we're going to just weave it back through the hole. All right. Now, that completes it, but you can see it looks a little uneven. Probably can see that. So what I like to do now that everybody is in place, I just go around and you can either pull on the spokes from behind to tighten them. Like that, just kind of grab them. Here, this is the natural pair. See how it tightens up? Let's see, where's the next pair? Is the black pair. Just pulling, so to tighten it up. So you could do it that way by pulling on the ends of the spokes. Or you can take your thumb and just go around and push. I'm more the push method because I think it's easier on my hands. So we're just going to get everybody. So I'm just pushing. So I'm just going to go around and kind of push everybody into place here. And if pushing doesn't work, you can certainly pull. So I'm just grabbing the ends of the spokes. You can pull. So either way, our goal is to get everybody so that if you want it flat, that it's going to be laying flat and that it is fairly even all the way around. Bring All right, I see a couple other people have joined. Welcome. So once you have everybody in place and you have everybody tightened to how you like that to look, I'm going to flip it over. Usually with round reed, I like to let it dry before I cut. But for purposes of our demo tonight, I also want to share how I cut things. So I wanted this to lay flat, so I'm just going to kind of make sure I'm fairly flat. Okay. Look one more time, make sure you're happy with how things, look around your rim. And then this is the back side. Flo Hoppy, who is an amazing round reed basket maker, always taught that when you are going to cut round reed, you want the point of your scissors pointed at the end of your reed. So you don't want to cut this way. You want your scissors to point towards the end of where your reed is. And then to cut, I just lay the scissors on here. So here's my spoke. Let me do it on a natural so you can see better. Okay, so the natural is laying over these red spokes. If I pull that out of the way, you can see the red underneath, and this is where it laid. I'm going to lay my scissors kind of just past where the spoke comes up, almost flat, and just cut towards the end. Let me pull it really close. What that does, it cuts a little bit on an angle, and it's going to lay, your ends are going to lay on top of that where it went, where it's on the backside over that spoke. So you can do that all the way around. If you're patient, I would wait till they dry before you cut. If you're not patient, round reed does shrink. So if you cut, you can leave them a little bit longer than you think you need them. So I will do that. So if they shrink up, they don't lose their hold. Right there. I'll go around. So that is trimming them up, just trimming up your ends. And if you have any ends from your weavers that you want to trim up, we can do that too. and around. All right, so these yellow are my weavers. I'm going to trim those up a little bit. Again, my point of my scissors are pointing to the end of the round reed. Okay. So got all that. And then this was my start from my weaver. I'm just going to trim that a little bit. Again, I turned my scissors around. Here's the end of my round reed. Always have the point towards the end. Okay. Flip it back over. This one is very colorful, but hopefully that made it easier to see what we were doing. So I'm going to start, just a recap. We had 12 number 3 at 16 inches. We had 2 pieces of number 2, one at about 5 feet, one at about 3 feet. That should be plenty, even if you make it a little bit bigger. We laid out our number 3s so that they were an over and under pattern, making the square to start. Then we went around with our longer piece over under the 3s 3 times. Then we added a piece here. We added a piece, our shorter piece of number 2, and then we started with groups of 2 and we went around and twined for 3 rows. And then finally we did our rim, which was behind, in front, behind, and leaving it behind. And then at the end, we just trimmed everybody up. All right. Let me come off of that for a second. Let's see who we have here. Ooh, Poppy. Poppy, welcome. See you there. All right. So let's see. Annie, are you weaving with me tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready to show?
I am.
All right. Let me make you big. Let's see what you got. Oh, and look at, she put a little bow on it. How cute. I love when you guys take the idea and run with it. Yeah. So that would be great for, it would have been great for St. Patty's Day. It would be great for Easter. It's a nice soft green. That's awesome. All right. Awesome. Any questions?
I'm good.
Okay. Let's see. Denise, did you weave with us tonight? Or are you just watching?
I am just watching, but I have a question. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Where do I find to purchase reed or the weight, the long bar weight?
So I'm not sure I understand the question. Where do you purchase reed that is?
No, the bar weight, the weights that go, spoke weights, thank you.
Spoke weights.
Spoke weight.
I actually have some, Denise. Do I have them on my website? I don't think I have them on my website, but it's on my list to get there. But
Okay.
if you need one, I'm happy to ship you one. I have the long ones, the long black ones that have the ruler on them. Okay. Send me a private message, Denise, and I we'll figure out how to make that happen.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I love it.
Good. All right. Bianca, were you just watching tonight?
No, I made one.
Oh, well, good. Well, are you ready to show?
I am.
All right, let me make you bigger for everybody. Okay, go ahead. Oh, beautiful. That looks awesome.
It was fun. I ended up doing 4 rounds of twining and then did
Okay, no worries. I said, so you haven't been, I'm not sure if you've been on Monday night before, but my goal when I show stuff is to give you guys ideas and let you guys run with it. Like that makes me so happy. So Annie added a bow, you made 4 rounds. That was good. All right. I don't know who Mycroft is, but are you even with us tonight? Or are you just watching?
Hi, it's actually Juliet. My son uses this for school, so it's always his name. But I got a late start and I don't have number 2 or number 3. So I was just doing it along I'm working on it right now with number 5, so it's a bit chunky.
Oh. That's okay. So is it number 5 and number 5? You have,
It's all
are you,
number 5. Yeah, that's
okay.
all I have in round read. Most of my stuff is flat read, so I'm just trying it. Yep.
It's
I'm,
good. It will work. It's a little, you're right. You just got to be a little more fussy with it, right? When you're using 2 different weights, it makes it a little bit easier to wrap around. But if you're using the same weight, you can do that. So that's perfect. You can do it. You just have to be a little more intentional about being the boss of your basket and making it do what you want it to do.
yeah. I've got some long tails too. I should probably cut them
Okay.
shorter, but I'm working on it. We'll get there.
Okay. You keep going. You keep going. All right. And then let's see. Poppy, I see a ceiling fan. Poppy, did you weave with us tonight? Let's see. If you're speaking, I can't hear you. You might have your computer on mute. Okay. Okay. Well, Poppy, if you want to show what you're doing, you can post it on the Facebook page, and I'd love for you guys to make some of these and then just tag me so I can see the pictures, because it makes me very happy when I get to see your creations. Let me just look over on YouTube to see if there's any questions there. All right, I don't see any questions there. So for those who haven't been with us before, we do the demo and we get to see everybody's creations. But then we also take a moment to do show and tell. So we'll do that. And then I'm going to draw. I've been doing a giveaway. And we're going to draw for 2 boxes. Poppy, were you trying to say something?
Trying to go away.
Okay. Okay. All right. Anybody have anything for show and tell they want to do?
Oh.
No? No. Okay, that's fine. All right, then let me pull up the giveaway. Move the phone out of the way here. And we will do the giveaway.
No, it's on video. She can see when you punch something. You'll say my name.
Okay. Hey, Poppy, do you mind going back on mute? Thank you. Okay, we're going to do the giveaway. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen. There we go. And I'm going to pull up the giveaway. Oops. Go back to the dashboard. All right. So it says it is ready to award because it closed at 7 when we got started tonight. So I'm going to click the button and we will see who the winners are. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's see. Prairie Girl and Crafty CPL. I don't know. Prairie Girl, actually, I think I know who that is. I will double check. Well, those are the winners. I don't think that's anybody who's on with me tonight. No? All right. So they are going to get the my subscription box. I had a couple of extra boxes. And so they're going to get that. Our subscription, if you guys don't know, I have a bi-monthly subscription, and it is this month was Woven Wellness, and we're doing a cat head Fibonacci twill basket. So that's what we're doing. So if you have an interest, let me know. Happy to share that. All right, so that will be my winners. Let me stop sharing there. I have a couple of things, announcements for me. Just to, there's so many good things. So I was at Western Kentucky last weekend, and I actually sold out of these kits for these little glass jar. I call them the enchanting sparkling jar. They're made with cane and then the the plastic holographic lace, so it gives it this really cool sparkle look. But I have kits back, came home, cut kits, so they are back in stock if anybody wants them. And the other thing I just added to my website is these mugs. So they're an 11-ounce mug. Make a great gift if you know a basket weaver who, you know, they have everything, but this would be a fun gift for somebody. So let you guys know those are two things that are back out on the website. And then let me think. Denise, you're gonna message me about the spoke weight. We'll get you taken care of with that. And that's what I got for tonight. So let me come off of me real quick and just see. Any other questions? We'll just open it up for questions. If not, I will say happy weaving, and I will see you guys next week for Monday Night Meetup. All right.
Thank you very
All
much.
right. You're very
Thanks.
welcome. Have fun.